What's up, guys? So I'm officially done with my first year of medical school. Right now it is my summer break. It's been about a week and a half since I ended my first year. So the topic for this video is about doing research during the school year and during the summer, or doing both. And I just want to share my experience so that you can see what's possible, especially if you don't have much research experience like me. So first of all, just kind of like a little background. I did mechanical engineering as my undergrad, and then after that I did Army for about 5 years as an engineer officer. So I don't have the typical pre-med track to medical school. Therefore, I don't have any basic science research like a lot of my peers do and a lot of the pre-meds do. So this whole research thing is extremely new to me, actually, right? So I didn't really know where to begin in terms of how to get research and what to do about it, especially because I know that I need to do research because it is kind of like an unofficial necessity if you want to get a very competitive specialty. So the specialty that I'm considering is ENT, also known as otolaryngology. Is a very hard thing to say, or ENT, ear, nose, and throat. So I wanted to do, and I want to do research in that field to hopefully have a good application to apply to the residency and the specialty. So what did I do? First of all, whatever school you go to, let's say you are in med school right now or you're about to start med school, your school is gonna send you emails about different research opportunities, okay, throughout the year, right? But the issue is that a lot of the times they send you these emails when you have a bunch of exams going on and you just don't have the time to apply for them, all right? So what I would recommend, and what I did, was in the winter break between your first and second semester, really use that month, 3 weeks, whatever you have, really use that time to apply to as many research opportunities as you can from the emails that your school has sent you. Okay, that's number one. Two, depending on what specialty you want, let's say you want ENT, or do you want neurosurgery, or do you want orthopedic surgery, what have you, email / cold phone call every single program director near your area. And that's exactly what I did. All right, I just emailed every single PD, every single program director in ENT in the tri-state area, because I go to school in New York City. And then if they didn't respond within 2 weeks, then I just cold phone called them. All right, it takes guts, it's very awkward, but I just wanted to do it because I would rather regret the things that I did than the things that I did not do. All right, and out of, I don't know, maybe 30 emails that I sent and maybe 15 phone calls that I did, I got 2 opportunities for ENT research, and I took up one. All right, which I am actually starting tomorrow. The orientation was last week, but I'm officially starting the ENT research tomorrow, and it's all virtual. I can do another video about that later on. All right, so that's that. All right, just go for it. Just email everybody and phone call everybody if you need to, because you just don't know what will stick. You just don't know. Okay, if it sticks, great, you just got something. If it doesn't, try again. Okay, it does not hurt. All right. Now, in terms of the school research stuff, right? Let me just get back to that also. So yeah, so in that winter break, I applied to as many as I could, that research list that my school sent out. But a lot of the research opportunities, they had deadlines that were before the winter break, so I didn't apply to those. So you kind of have to see when the deadlines are at. But if you have not passed the deadline, then just apply to. Even if you're not interested in that field, still apply, because it's better to have many options and decline some than have no options and now you're left with nothing over the summer or like over the school year, like whenever you want to do the research. Okay. So I applied to like as many as I could for the ones that the deadlines have not like been passed for. So a lot of the research like applications, they require letter of recommendations. Okay. And typically they want your recommendation letters to be specific for that research opportunity and why you would be a good fit. All right. So me being me, I felt like one weird to ask like all my med school professors to like write me a letter of recommendation for a research opportunity. I don't know. It just did not sit right with me. And then secondly, like my school, we have a lot of people, and I don't have that personal connection with a professor that they know me so well that they'll write me a good letter of recommendation, you know, because I don't do research with them. I ask a question every now and then, but like they don't really know me, right? Like I'm just like listening to them and I'm going to my exams, so they don't really know me. So I feel like even if I had asked them, because I got a good grade in their class, I feel like their letter of recommendation would be kind of like a very generic one, which would not help me. So what I did was, in order to just kind of like have my application through, I actually sent via Interfolio the letter of recommendations that I had to apply to med school. So those letter of recommendations, right, for med school, I included that in my application to all the research opportunities that I applied for in winter break. Okay. Now, obviously, that is not what is expected. That is not the perfect application, but that's what I did. All right, and it worked. Okay, and it worked. So out of the 12, I believe, that I applied to for the summer, I got rejected / ghosted by 11 of them, but I got one, which I'm very glad I did. And it's with the NIH, the National Institute of Health in Bethesda, Maryland. And it's in the National Institute of Aging. All right, and I will be studying Alzheimer's disease with a bunch of like MD, PhDs, and like all that stuff. And the great thing is that it's also paid. It's a paid research / internship, and it's for about 6 weeks. So this goes to show that if I had not submitted that imperfect application, right, with those letter of recommendations from med school, right, I would have never got this opportunity with the NIH, which is extremely reputable, right? So I really wanted to share that little thing, because you may think that you don't have enough in order to apply to these things, but you probably do. And even if you don't have all the right things, apply anyways, because there's many people just like you or me who think that they don't have enough stuff to apply, and not enough people apply to these slots, right? So if you do apply with an imperfect application, your chance of getting in is extremely high, and that's exactly what happened to me, and I'm so glad I did that. So please, use my example, use my experience to take your shots, because you never know what will actually stick and what ball will actually go in the hoop. All right. Another thing that I wanted to quickly also mention is so there's kind of like two different ways of doing research. You either do only during the summer, or you do during the school year and then also in the summer, right? So some people like to only do it in the summer and not do anything over the school year because they want to focus in school classes only. So that is one way, and I do understand that, and that's what I did my first year of med school. But I'll tell you this, if you want to be competitive for a very competitive specialty like ENT or plastic surgery or orthopedics, whatever, you want to have as many publications as you can, and that means that you have to do research during the school year, right? So what I have heard from mentors is that once you get started and once you kind of know, or like you learn the learning curve, or like you beat the learning curve, whatever the phrase is, over the summer, during the school year, it's actually not too bad, because it is mostly like kind of like grunt work, right? But in order to like know how to do the grunt work, you need to like invest the time when you have the time to learn it. Once you have that like figured out during the school year, like you can just like mindlessly kind of like do the work, and it's actually not too bad, and you can still pump out like a lot of results. So the example that I'll give you for me is called SPSS, and SPSS is like this program. It's like a statistics database like modeling program. It's like Excel in a way, and they use that to study trends and like basically like a bunch of data, and then you like analyze it and you make graphs out of it and those kind of things, right? So the main learning curve is to learn how to use SPSS, like this application. But once you have that figured out, then like you can analyze data like all day and night, right? So the ENT surgeon who is like my PI, so his main intent for my group is that, hey, over this summer, learn SPSS like really well, so that like you can pump out a lot of results, and then like once you get used to it, then you can write the abstract and like do the actual paper and all that stuff, and hopefully like you can go to a research convention in like January, February time where you can present. All right, but like bottom line, so my goal is that I will do, for this summer, I'll do NIH, okay, because that's my 6-week thing that I've been accepted into. They'll pay me, so I'll do that. That's my primary effort, and then my secondary effort is going to be to do my ENT research and learn the bulk of it, right, over the summer, and then I will just kind of like use that to do throughout the school year and for every single year. So my attending said that it is quite normal to graduate med school with 20 to 30 publications by doing this, because once you like know the hard part, all the technicals, it is quite easy to just kind of like knock out papers after papers. All right, I think that's all I wanted to kind of say and mention for my video, but just to kind of like do a quick nutshell, a little sum up, basically apply to whatever as much as you can. Even if you're not interested, just apply anyways. It's better to be accepted and decline it later, and even if you have an imperfect application, apply anyways, because something is better than nothing, and that's exactly what the receiving side, the research institution or the med school or like whatever program is also thinking. Is like, hey, like if we don't have anybody, but we have this one person with a 60% eligible applicants, I'll just like take him, right? So just kind of take all the shots you can, okay? Because you just don't know what will go in. All right. So I hope that was useful. I just want to make this quick video like while I'm driving back from the gym. Actually, like I've been pretty bad about making videos over the last couple of months, and it's just mainly because I've been like busy / lazy / it just takes time with YouTube, in the sense like when you're editing, it just takes time. So that's kind of the thing. All right guys, hopefully it's useful, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out.